It's week 16 of the NFL, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. With a very excited Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And partner, I know you're juiced up for this one. As a former QB, let's dive right in. A battle of two incredible quarterbacks awaiting us today.
Yeah, Kate, there's really no disguising who to look for in this matchup.
Nope.
These are guys who in a lot of ways are the faces of their franchises. And they were the ones we saw all offseason in the ads and promos for this game as well. They're the players who feed off that pressure. They relish the chance to be in this spotlight and be the reason their team succeeds. I can't wait, and I'm expecting a special QB battle in this one.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Returnable from the 1. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with a loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Cooper going in motion right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. You get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down. Here's Williams. This will be caught by Cooper. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that if...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
He breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. A run for no gain doesn't help matters. It's third and long coming up. Running back sent in motion left. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. On now comes their punter. And this will be his second effort at the contest. Got 46 on his first punt, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down, and they go right back to it. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. 5-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. One man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, Williams. Finds him over the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Williams to throw on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Williams throwing again here on second down. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Williams from the gun. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills go up 6-0 here in the first. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Purdy throwing here on first. He finds Laporta. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They start out with a 2nd and 3. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Bills have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth of salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas, Clark, and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Off the play fake, Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills parlay the points. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd down carry for Taylor. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On 3rd down, Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center. Big gain downfield. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back with their first points of this game. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. On 1st down, they'll run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Go.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Complete. It's Cooper. And he gets this forward to the 19. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. Throw left side, complete. And his play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that. A guy who will always get the short.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 13-point lead. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. On the gun is Purdy. He beams one deep right side. Make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes this in at the 25. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Looking to his fullback now. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills with the football. Williams on the play action. That one's caught along the left sideline. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Throwing now off play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Going ground on first and goal. Scores! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills boat racing them to the halftime locker room. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills stretch their lead to 21. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. First and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think, a yard or two short of the 20 here.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
He'll take this forward to the 20 before they take him down to the turf. Punting unit out now. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Collects this at the 35. Duke the defender. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. First down throw by Williams. Dumped off to his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Hauled in left side. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. And he's up across 200 yards now in this opening half. That's beyond simply a good start for him. This is the type of game where he's been taking the lead on carrying his offense forward however he can. They go play action on first. Buying some time right. Finds his fullback. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills continue piling onto this lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. He gets this one to Nakua. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They send a receiver in motion right. First down throw by Purdy. Catch is made down the right sideline. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Miami. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
The Dolphins choosing to spend their final time out here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the visiting Jets who were able to get the road victory. Kenny Pickett, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting Jaguars. In the first half, it was the man from USC, Caleb Williams, who put on a solid performance. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Sanders all set to send it away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Here's 2nd and 7. Flushed out of the pocket. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a... This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll go down here at the 16. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, you know this play going under review.
Previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And his instincts right on for that one. Took a second look at it and ends up changing the call. He gets another shot here. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Cardi down for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bills grow their lead yet again. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. He's going to field this at the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give to Taylor, right side. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time to pad those stats and keep on pressing against a group that has had no answers for him up front.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Good blocking on the return. He gets 23 out of it. And the Bills will take over possession. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go.
Williams to throw on first. Got Washington, it's complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. First down, Williams. Catch made over the middle. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here we go. Set. Take off.
From the 21. Has it at the 7. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Ready. Street. Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills continue adding on to that lead. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They put a receiver in motion here left. He fires one deep down the left side. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Purdy on first down. Bateman hauls it in. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain. But boy, Brock, what a shot. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now it's Purdy. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins continuing to fight at least. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Up the middle, and somebody blocked it. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it. And that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
And he's out of bounds with an outstanding return. They'll have it down inside the opposing 25.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense, who now gets to take over with a lot of the work in the field position already done.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's going to be second down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Let's go.
They'll run now on second down. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Jack Gibbons in on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
No!
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60. Riggs, Riggs. Hut, hut.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Williams will look to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Ready, set.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Roll, roll. Set. Set.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Set, go.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal.
Ready, ready. Hurt, hurt. Go.
Here's a give straight up the middle. And he makes it across. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Cardi with the extra point. And the Bills tack on 7 more to their lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the 30 on 2nd down. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
To throw again, it's Purdy. His pass caught by Nakua. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Purdy throwing here on first. Quick slant, taken in by Nakua. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Running back sent in motion. He finds Laporta. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal. From the gun is Purdy. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Tough to blame him for that drop, Rock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Only a yard on the gain there, and now it's going to bring up third and goal from the 4. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins cut into the lead by another point.
Dolphins 20.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Fielded at the 7. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
He's got a man left. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's got this down to the 40. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted! And the Dolphins take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Able to find Nakua here. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Dolphins trying to do some window dressing. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back, 3rd down coming up. Purdy looking to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Bills will take over deep in their own territory. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Got Washington, it's complete. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Off the play fake, Williams. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Williams on the play action. He rolls to his right. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Now, you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Throw caught by his running back. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So Buffalo's going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Set.
Man in motion here. First down throw by Williams. Chased out to his right. And they're going to tag a defender with this one. And this play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here.
Defense.
Things got a little too carried away there. Man, we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called.
Automatic first down.
So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call.
Offside. Defense.
Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes their offense out again. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. First down throw by Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Purdy setting up that play action. The Bills getting close, and they take him down. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. So the roar of Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And they draw first blood against a division rival. On the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Howard, I'm Kane Scott. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.